about the Ministry of Justice, and we talk about all the heavy work, the heavy lifting you have done. People may say, it took you 4 years to get things done, and now it's election time, so a lot of things are going to be accomplished, a lot of things are going to go through. Not only the Ministry of Justice, but also VROMI and all the other ministries. What do you say to those naysayers who say, because I always tell them, I say, there's no way anyone can get anything done in a year and a half.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. And see, what we have a lack of respect for is our legislative process. And I would say that that's not necessarily to the fault of the persons on the outside, because in the past, so many have done things ad hoc, have done things roundabout, and have not followed the proper process. And whilst that might have served a chair in the immediate, there are long-term negative effects for doing that, because you give the false impression that something has been done and done right. But in hindsight, or when we have to deal with the after effects of that, is where you realize that that is not the right way to go about things. Hence the reason from the onset, my attitude and my position has been, I'm going to do this the right way. What does that mean? It means that I'm going to follow the legislative process. It's an extensive one. It's tedious. Yes, I understand. But at the end, you can say that Anna did it, and what she did is sound, because that's ultimately what it is. This is my legacy here, right? This is still my name. This is my legacy. So it's important that I do what is best for this country and the people that it most affect. In the end, it is a case that I know that what I've done in my service line to the community of St. Martin is one that they can say, hey, I can sleep good at night, because this wasn't a case that it was just, rushed through and I have to be worried about it. It was done in such a way that I can trust it is sound.
You made a statement sometime back when we were talking about the function book.
Yep.
They're not going to rush you through.
Yep.
You're going to take time,
Yep.
and you're going to do it the right way.
Correct.
Expound
And
more
in
on
doing it the right way, it's the legislative way. So we have had persons in the past that have signed documents that made the personnel believe that the situation was good. And then when we go into it, we realize that was not the correct way. It has to go through. So it can't be a ministerial beschikking. It can't be a ministerial decree. It must be a national decree. The governor must sign it. It has to go through the CCSU for a consensus or an advice. It has to go to the Council of Advice. If you bypass those steps, it is not a sound document. And at the end of the day, when certain payments need to be released, the governor's going to say, I'm not signing that, because at the end of the day, the proper process wasn't followed. So, of course, my intentions is not to make anyone else look bad. However, I am sitting in this seat right now, and I will not be pressured to do anything that is going to, in the end, make me look bad or place the personnel in a worse position than they were in for this decade plus long. So at the end of the day, the intentions is not to be throwing shots or being negative at anyone else who may have sat in this position before, but I took an oath. I took an oath. The responsibility is mine. I have to look at present day what I am doing, because the last thing I would want is that when someone comes after me, they'll say, this wasn't done right. For me, it's important to make sure that what I'm doing here is not giving the personnel a 6 for a 9, but I'm doing it the correct way.
Well, as we gather here at the end of another hurricane season and close to the end of another year, on the eve of a joyous Christmas season, it is with hearts of gratitude that we are here together to reflect on the good that the Lord has done for us. When we look back at some situations, we can truly say only God could have done what he did to get us through it all. So today, I would like to ask all of us to stand as we give thanks to all who contributed in whichever way in making this evening a success. I know if you stand, your hands would be free and you would be able to clap freely for everyone. Okay. Thank you is in place for the Colby's Seventh-day Adventist Children Choir for their praise and worship. We give those few who are doing bad as children the attention. But tonight, we must remember the tapes that we have made, the little videos that we have made, we must also put them up to show that we have children that are on the right track. To Father Andre Rulux for the opening prayer, we say thanks. And to Renella Rumbley for the St. Martin song. Thank you for Reverend Patmore Henry for stepping in for Father Rollins. And we will definitely like to say thank you to our Honorable Prime Minister for those words of gratitude. Thank you to the Methodist Youth Choir for their rendition also. And to Shanella Rumley James for the song of Psalm 34. Yes, thank you to Reverend Javed Intias for the scripture reading. And to Pastor Virgil Sams, who have explained and remind us in all the ways that we are to give thanks. You see, only by standing, you can truly give a good round of applause to Mr. Benjamin Bell for his rendition. Yes. So, for the prayers of thanksgiving, let us give a round of applause for Rubencia Simpson. For the prayers of the country, the whole island, both sides governments, Pastor Dr. Young. And even though Pastor Young have indicated to us that he's 75, only now he is using his doctor title, Pastor Dr. Young. For the prayer of world peace, Reverend Patmore Henry. For the offering prayer, Pastor Rolando Toulon. And to Bold International for their contribution. I would like to ask for a round of applause for Sound 2000. And for our veteran, Mr. Chester York, for his contribution. Yes, indeed.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be. RBC is a bank for all of you. Win Christmas cash with a no-fee loan from RBC.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurances.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
That the contract of Mr. Mingo at the airport has been renewed. Can the government give Parliament the reason for renewing the contract? How much years or how long has the contract been renewed? And in the capacity of whom? Was it on the instructions of the Prime Minister? Was it on the instructions of the Minister? Was it on the instructions of a Council of Ministers? Because, Mr. Chairman, I heard you earlier spoke about the arm's length approach and who is responsible for which. Can the government explain and give information to Parliament as to when his contract was renewed and for how long was the contract renewed and by whom? Mr. Chairman, I know the answer will be, oh, the board renewed the contract. In addition to that, Mr. Chairman, can we get a breakdown in terms of the soft opening, Mr. Chairman, what was so disastrous with not having the mechanisms up and running? And up to date, Mr. Chairman, can the minister give an explanation as to are we anywhere closer to finalizing a date of the completion of the airport, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, also, I would like to know, Mr. Chairman, that little structure that they call, whatever they call it, how long will people suffer when entering the airport and going through that little maze, if you want to call it that, Mr. Chairman? In addition to that, Mr. Chairman, how much money has been spent thus far from the inception of Schiphol being partly joint to Princess Juliana International Airport to this date? How much money have we spent, has the airport spent in that agreement with Schiphol thus far? Also, Mr. Chairman, when it comes to the salaries of the employees, is the airport up to date with all the agreement and promises that they have made in compensating the employees for their full paid out after the 12.5% cut? I thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, before the lunch break, I was asking the minister some questions regarding the financial component of the payment to justice workers, and I asked whether when this budget is approved, passed and approved, ratified, if that would mean that the justice workers would receive their payment due over the year 2023. And the minister started to nod in agreement, and I would like that to be confirmed. Was it so? Was I misunderstood? And so I would like the minister to be clear on that. He had started to nod as I was asking the question. And secondly, the remainder of those questions we have to await, those regarding the justice and the amount in coming years and stuff like that. Those are answers that we have to await, or we'll get them in writing. But the question regarding the 3.2 million and whether that is to pay out in 2023, if the minister can give a yes or a no on that.
Chairman, through you, the questions that was posed by my fellow MP, Emmanuel, sparked me to ask even a deeper question when it pertains to Telem and the airport. I just have 2 or 3 simple questions. Regarding the questions regarding Telem, when we received, I know when the SOAB report was final, it was also presented to COM. My question to each and every minister is, what is their feedback on the Telem SOAB report when it was presented to them, and what is their opinion of the report? And is it any red flags to it, yes or no? Or was it, okay, no problem, we'll proceed? What's your opinion, or what was their individual opinion on the SOAB report for the Council of Ministers that was present when the SOAB report was presented? With regards to the employees that they're planning to lay off next year, which department within Telem will be affected the most? Finance department, technical department, commercial department. Which department are they will be affected the most? And also, as it pertains to the layoff, what is the target financial amount that they're looking to lay off? So by laying them off, what is there a financial amount affiliated with the layoff? And if so, what is the amount that they're trying to cut from the operational cost when it comes to the employees? Then I have, regarding the airport, I think MP, through you, Mr. Chairman, MP Emmanuel also touched on it. He asked if it was a COM decision, a board decision, but if indeed the COM had anything to do with the extension of Mr. Mingo's extension, if it was indeed discussed, I would like to know if it was unanimously agreed in COM, and which minister was part of that COM decision regarding the renewal of Mr. Mingo's contract. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Minister, a lot of questions have been posed about government-owned entities, and there is one that I do want to ask about that I think is the elephant in the room, maybe quite literally the elephant in the room, and that is the harbor. The harbor, as we all know, has gone through recently some very serious litigation in terms of illegal activities that have taken place there in the past. I would like to know if the government has done any sort of assessment and interaction with the harbor regarding any potential risk to the government and to taxpayers as a result of this. That's what I would like to know. Are there any other further questions from the members of parliament? No? Minister of Finance, as agreed earlier, you would be able to answer these questions using the usual procedure from the Central Committee. However, indeed, there was one that MP Westcott Williams did ask if you can answer that one before you leave. I think you're prepared to answer that.
Yes, regarding MP Sarah Westcott Williams' question, so I haven't gotten an official update from the Minister of Justice, but being part of some of these meetings, what I do know is that once the LBAs, as mentioned in her presentation in Parliament before, so once the LBAs are done in December, whatever amounts are done in this period of time can and will be paid. So out of the 3.2 million guilders. Is that clear enough, MP? Just give me a nod or...
MP, would you like to clarify further? MP Westcott Williams?
Sorry, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll leave it for the discussions in the public meeting. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Minister. Anything further?
Yes, and regarding the last question by MP Helga Martin, regarding the extension, I don't recall that coming to the Council of Ministers, and we didn't have any decision on it in the Council of Ministers. And I don't even recall if an extension was granted, so it's also kind of news to me also.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your MySXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be. RBC is a bank for all of you. Win Christmas cash with a no-fee loan from RBC.
Mega construction projects in Barbados. This is Barbados, a beautiful island with a rich history and culture. But it's also a country that's constantly evolving. In recent years, there has been a boom in construction on the island with a number of mega projects underway. These projects are transforming Barbados into a modern, dynamic destination. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the most exciting ongoing mega construction projects in Barbados.
Number 12.
Barbados International Airport redevelopment. The present airport will be totally renovated as part of the $200 million Barbados International Airport renovation project. A new terminal, a new runway, and a new parking facility will all be included in the new airport. The renovation will increase the airport's effectiveness and simplify transit to and from Barbados for passengers. Additionally, the capacity of the new terminal will allow for more passengers, which will benefit the tourist sector.
Number 11.
Barbados Marriott Resort and Spa. On Barbados' south coast, a new resort will be constructed as part of the $200 million Barbados Marriott Resort and Spa project. The resort will contain a marina, golf course, spa, and 500 rooms. The resort will increase employment opportunities and the Barbados tourist sector. It will also serve as the island's main draw for tourists.
Number 10.
Barbados Light Rail System. The Barbados Light Rail System is a $500 million project that will build a light rail system in Barbados. The light rail system will connect the capital city of Bridgetown with the airport and other major destinations. The light rail system is being built to improve public transportation in Barbados. The system is expected to reduce traffic congestion and air pollution and to make it easier for people to get around the island.
Number 9.
Barbados National Stadium expansion. The $50 million Barbados National Stadium extension project will increase the stadium's seating capacity to 20,000. A new practice facility and a new media center will also be part of the new stadium. With the development, Barbados will be able to host bigger athletic events, which will grow the travel and tourism sector and provide employment. For the neighborhood sports teams, the new practice facility will be a huge advantage.
Number 8.
Barbados Cricket Academy. A new cricket academy will be constructed on the outskirts of Bridgetown as part of the $40 million Barbados Cricket Academy project. The academy will offer training facilities for cricket players of various skill levels, as well as housing for international stars. The academy will also contain a research facility that will concentrate on the creation of innovative cricketing methods and tools. An important investment in the sport of cricket in Barbados is the Barbados Cricket Academy. The school will offer local cricket players a top-notch training environment and will also aid in drawing foreign players to Barbados. The institution will likely increase Barbados' tourism economy and aid in employment creation.
Number 7.
Barbados Port Incorporated Cruise Terminal expansion. The $250 million Barbados Port Incorporated Cruise Port expansion project will more than double the size of the current terminal. Up to 6,000 people may be accommodated at once in the new terminal, which also has a public park and fresh food and shopping options. More cruise ships will be able to dock in Barbados thanks to the development, which will grow the travel and tourism sector and provide employment. Businesses and entrepreneurs will have additional options thanks to the expanded eating and retail facilities. The public park will be a wonderful location for visitors to unwind and take in the coastal views.
Number 6.
Barbados Ocean Park. A brand new marine park will be constructed on Barbados' south coast as part of the $25 million Barbados Ocean Park project. A dolphin performance, stingray display, and turtle sanctuary will all be featured in the park. A research facility dedicated to the preservation of marine life in the Caribbean will be part of the park. Visitors to Barbados will have access to a range of educational and entertaining options thanks to the innovative initiative known as the Barbados Ocean Park. The park will serve as a great resource for scientific study as well as a means of promoting awareness of the significance of marine conservation.
Number 5.
Barbados Sustainable Development Center. A new facility will be constructed in Barbados as part of the $20 million Barbados Sustainable Development Center project. The center will include a training facility, a convention center, and a library. The facility will also contain a research facility with a new sustainable technology development as its main goal. For Barbados to achieve its goal of becoming a more sustainable nation, the Barbados Sustainable Development Center is an essential undertaking. In addition to offering a venue for discussion and debate on sustainable development, the center will offer training and tools to assist organizations and people in implementing sustainable practices.
Number 4.
Barbados Recycling Plant. The Barbados Recycling Plant is a $15 million project that will build a new recycling plant in Barbados. The plant will be able to process 1,000 tons of recyclables per year. The Barbados Recycling Plant is a significant investment in the future of Barbados' environment. The plant will help to reduce the amount of waste that goes to landfills, and it will also help to create jobs. The plant is expected to have a positive impact on the environment